that side of Lutiti in Ward 22. Worship, can you greet the community of Ward 19 and 20?
Molweni bahlali base Ward 19. Why are you so, what's going on here? Why are you like this? Molweni bahlali base Ward 19. Molweni bahlali base Ward 20. Asanatula nje, nandaba nani?
I think I'm done, Councillor Janti. I'm Councillor Nyembezi, the member of the Executive Committee, leading the good governance and special program within Matatiele local municipality. Over to you, Program Director. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Nyembezi. Siyabazi kwicala le-leadership ke ngokwabantu abakhoyo phakathi kwethu. Khawuzeke mzekweni.
Thank you very much. Good evening to His Worship, the members of the Executive Committee. We met Mama Msala, Mensala, we have Mr. Linisa, who is the manager of public safety in the institution. Mr. Linisa. Miss Abongile Kanya, who is the manager of public amenities and PWP. Miss Tibusin Liu, who is the manager of environment and waste management. Mr. Mbongonya Usintembile Gegama is the manager of strategic governance in the office of the municipal manager. Mr. Kamane is the manager of electricity from the infrastructure department. Mr. Kamane. Those are the managers that are present for now. My name is Lizo Matiwane, the municipal manager. As they come, I will introduce them if there are any that are going to join us. So those are the managers that are available now. We're still waiting the district and indication once the manager from the district municipality that we have been promised to join the meeting, we will be able to introduce him.
Noko siyabazi ke ngokwabantu abaphakathi kwethu. We are on item number 4. Purpose of the meeting, unobangela woba sibe lapha. Let me hand over to Usodolop.
Police management. Honorable councillors, Ward Councillor was Ward 19 and also Ward Councillor was Ward 20. Let me greet everyone in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. I thought it's going to be better if I come with that approach because I can see most of the people who are here, they go to church. You can see by the look of things. The program director says, I must do the purpose of the meeting. The purpose of this meeting, we have tried to gather Ward 19 and Ward 20 so that we can be able to have a common understanding on the issues of service delivery that affect Ward 19 and also Ward 20. This meeting is going to be a meeting that is going to be a service delivery engagement with the leadership of the municipality, the management, and also the community of Ward 19 and Ward 20. We know that in Ward 20 and Ward 19, those are the people that are very special and very important in the municipality, because you are the one who are paying rates. It is in this regard why we have made this meeting to be special for you, so that we come and attend on some of the critical issues, have a resolution on some of the matters that are affecting us, so that when we are building our town, at least we have a common understanding on what we want. Today we had a meeting of stakeholders, the entire stakeholders of Matatiele, where in that meeting we have outlined the vision of the municipality in how we see the growth of Matatiele local municipality. And what I've indicated in that meeting was that we as this council, we have identified 3 pillars in our vision: the nature, agriculture, the tourism. And we said, based on these 3 pillars, this is how we see ourselves and the entire collective of municipality can grow. Because when you look at the nature in Matatiele, we're very rich. When you look on the issue of land in agriculture, we're very rich. When we look on the strategic and the geographical manner in how we are placed by the Almighty, we are very honored. We are in the border of South Africa and Lesotho. We are surrounded by the beautiful Drakensberg Mountains. We've got a beautiful mountain lake that we can actually explore and innovate or make the innovative out of the mountain lake. We've got the nature reserve. We've got wetlands that have been recognized by the tourism sectors, that indeed in Matatiele can be the destination of tourism on its own. So our request was very special, because we wanted to say, or want to say to everyone of Matatiele, let's build Matatiele together. Yes, we understand we might be able to have challenges, because as government or at the local sphere, we cannot say we are excelling everything. Yes, we'll do there and there, but I know as we move, as we do service delivery, we are going to face challenges. And those challenges must not be the challenges of us as this leadership, but they must be challenges of us all as the community of Matatiele. One day when we had a meeting of the 16 days of activism in this hall, I think it was last week or week before last, I have indicated that we need to build Matatiele together, every stakeholder in Matatiele. When you criticize in a manner of building. You advise, you give us direction. You know, in town, Tatukok, we've got serious challenges of grass cutting, cleanliness, drainage system, water, the issues of not changing globes, even if the globes has bent, and a number of issues that today we're going to hear. And some of these issues we know, and our management knows. And what we have said, sithe, asikhaleli into nokubana ngaba sibe ne management ezawulinda idixayelwa ngabahlali. A management that is going to be to wait up until you get an indication of saying there is a globe that has been bent on a certain street. Yes, we can report, but the manner in how we have planned our things, we said we must be able to have a manager who is responsible for maintenance, so that the issue of potholes must be addressed. The issues of everything that has to do with maintenance, it must be addressed. We want to be assisted to work together on those issues, because you are a very important stakeholder in this town. So that's the purpose of this meeting. I know sometimes I normally get calls about water, that there is no water in certain areas, and there's this rotation of water, and also the issue of electricity in the main, the load shedding and whatnot. But some of the challenges that we have, but as the local government, we need to address those issues, even if are the issues that are not caused by us. But because we're here, we need to attend and have a way out and the solution. We've got a substation that has been constructed, been built 2 years ago, but even here now, it has not yet been energized. You know, sometimes we've got the challenges of our entities in South Africa that we need, even when we go to the places where we formulate the policies, that we need really to come up with a solution to say, what do we do about our entities? Because xa uyapha town, sinomhlaba ebefanele ukuba awuhlali ngolaa hlobo. But we're happy because khona abantu abafana nani who can utilize that space and try and close gaps where it is needed. But sinendawo i-entity sizibiza ngoba ngo-ESCOM, where you will apply more than a year or 2 years applying the same thing to get energized as a local municipality, but you don't get assistance. But we don't want to come here and bring challenges that are affecting us as we run the local state, but rather we must provide solutions moving forward, so that at least we have a hope that there is something that we can do. But Nati Apa here, there is absolutely nothing that we can actually do on ourselves alone. We need to be, to work together and make sure that we move forward. I think that will be that. But in the main, it's going to be very important for us to get from you, so that as we gather and make solutions as this leadership, we understand what are the challenges. Because Tina, we can say, inga iyaqedwa edolobheni. Kanti zikhona areas where you've got complaints that kukhona indawo ezithile ezingaqedwa inga. Believing that on the waste, there are companies that we have provided jobs for them to do those jobs for us as municipality, in the hope that there is a work that is happening on the sector. And we also believe that there's a manager that we've employed specifically for the maintenance of this town and the entire maintenance in the rural areas. But if it might happen, but as and the issue of cleanliness of toilets and everything. So we need to get the sense of us, Uguti, is everything that we are planning moving on in the manner in how we have planned it, so that all of us, we are free and spending the material cool. So I would expect Councillor Janki to actually give the house, so that as we are engaging, we engage together. Where there are questions, they will be answered. Where there's a need for guidance, there will be guidance, and it will be recognized, and then we move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sotolopi. Ndicela simshayele izandla ezishushu Sotolopi. Enkosi Zibula. What 19 and 20 residents are honored today? Usotolopi ufike eQathatha to listen to your challenges, to take advices, to deliberate and address the issues that are affecting communities of Ward 20 and 19. We are on item number 5. Okay. We are on item number 5, engagement. I'm going to take hands. Sizaba sesoqala ke eska King 1. Ubeke wathi 8 o'clock funeka lethe selesebhedi. Ndicela izandla ezizawuphefumula. Number 1 wethu uDoko King. Number 2 Nangya Paemva. Number 3 Number 4 Usisi Paemva. Number 5 Number 6 Usisi Lucille. Number 7 Aputata Masiyeke ngalo order. Over to you, Doc.
Thank you. Honorable Program Director, His Worship the Mayor, Honorable Municipal Manager, all the executive members of the council, all our general managers, and everybody that is here tonight. May I greet you in the name of Jesus Christ. Honorable Mayor and His Worship the Mayor and the Municipal Manager, I am not here to point fingers, but I'm here to correct. You hear me? I'm here to correct. But this time I'm not going to use a red pen. I'm used to using a red pen, but I'm going to use a green pen. When you use a green pen, you give advice. And when you use a green pen, you caution. When you use a green pen, you show direction. So this is what I'm going to do, and I want you to be a little bit patient with me. I'm going to spend about 10 minutes. But my surname is only 3 letters. So I'm going to try and say what I want to say. And then thereafter I can go home. Is that okay? Yes. Because I said to you 8 o'clock I'm in bed. But one thing I must say to start with, I am impressed to see that our council consists of young people. That's one thing very good. And everybody is young. And that means to say you've got a long future ahead. Tina says, we can't do that anymore. But I also want to say, I must take and make a change. Although it's a start. And this is what we want to see. But sometimes we as the community, we often contribute to these many challenges that we are faced with. But I think one of the things that I want to say to Honorable His Worship the Mayor is about to a bit confused tonight, myself. The invitation was for Ward 19, and then I see that also Ward 20 is here. It doesn't matter, but you know what happens in your mind. I'm not as Ward 19, but now we are here as Ward 20 and 19. Maybe in communication has been a problem. There was a communication breakdown. Another thing that I would also just want to use, Program Director, as a word of advice. In future, which in this hall is quite big, I've got a very strong voice, although I'm a short guy. I've got a strong voice, so people can hear me at the back, because that was my job, to use my voice. In future, please make sure that you have a PA system, because the municipality does have it. It's just to make sure. So communications, that's your job. Make sure that there is a PA system here, so that we don't battle and to try. We can't even hear properly. What did you say? No, we don't want that. We don't want that. We want everything to be very clear. But when it comes to these many issues, there in the street where I stay, it's called Station Road. You know, before, when I was a young guy, it was called Dog Street. The reason why it was called, every house had dogs. And if the gates are open, you will get hurt. But now we're staying in Dog Street. And Dog Street and sometimes Ukonumban and sometimes Awukumban. And who is the manager that is responsible for that? Please check these things back. Because the guys that are checking and replacing these globes are not doing it regularly. I often travel. Last week I was in Cape Town. I arrived home at 1 o'clock in the morning. I estimated in Nyama. So those are things that we want to say. My request to you, Honorable His Worship the Mayor and the Municipal Manager, our general managers, they need to be very visible. I must commend one young lady. I don't know, maybe because she's a new broom, but I see the grass is cut on the pavements. But only there in my street, other streets are not cut. So maybe it's because that is why she's doing that. But I must commend her. I can see that the grass is cut on our pavements. But the other thing that I also want to just mention here, Honorable His Worship the Mayor, is that our pavements are not, we can't walk on the pavements. Again, Station Road where I stay, somewhere they fixed the pipe and they left everything just like that. If you look at the junction there, or where I say the intersection by Jagger Street and Balloon Street there at the bottom, they fixed the drainage pipes there, but by Shinja. That was not pride. We also need to have a little bit of pride in what we are doing. Remember, our aim here is to develop Matatiele into a mega city. I mentioned it to you, and I will say it again so that everyone. We are looking at bringing here a power station where you will never have load shedding again. We are looking at improving the water supply of Matatiele so that there will no more be problems with water. We are even looking at upgrading the streets of Matatiele so that there are no more potholes. But I must also commend you. I don't really see potholes yet in Matatiele. I don't, maybe outside, but not here. No, I'm talking CBD. I'm talking about the CBD. You see a pothole here, except for this one here. Oh, there are. I wanted to just check. I wanted to just check to see if you are awake. Now, Honorable Mayor, you here? Thank you. I heard you. Now I wanted to check. Are you really awake? And now I can see you are awake. Yes, there are photos, and we need to now attend to these photos. Honorable, Your Worship, the Mayor, I want to say to you, many people have got questions that have never been answered. I think people are here that say, I've been here the 4th time, and no improvement has taken place. So, siyacela ke namhlanje that you will come up with a strong answer to say by next week. Remember, I like timelines. I like time frames. By next week, this will happen. But one more last request, and I'm sitting down, is please make sure, Honorable Your Worship the Mayor, those general managers are sitting there. They look very beautiful. Tell them to be visible.
Service delivery live at 35 William Street, Matatiele. Good evening to the panel and to everybody present. I'm just a bit disappointed because some of the loud haters were supposed to be here, they're not here. But be as it may, Mayor, this question is for you, sir. We'd like to have an update on your trip to Korea. Also like to know what value would that trip contribute to Matat? And when I'm referring to Matat, I'm also referring to, like, I'd say the wards all the wards around Matat. Second question, drains. I don't know who, I am so sick of the story now that I don't want to use vulgar. The drains were unblocked the time the houses flooded. After that, nothing was done. People's homes flooded, people came there making us feel like we are probably, I think we're experimenting, they're probably experimenting with us because they come, they take photos, and it's done. You don't hear from them, you don't see them, no feedback, nothing. Like the gentleman said, the meeting was held in April. In April, they were supposed to give us feedback. It is December, we're still getting feedback. Very, very bad and pathetic. Secondly, our town is in a despicable condition. I don't know who's doing this grass. I really would like to meet this grass person. This grass is frustrating my life. My whole life is frustrated with this grass. If you drive from the traffic department, the other day a child fell there in the grass there because the paras. Now this is my speciality, why I came to this meeting. The child fell there were those dongas there. And the paras are making houses in those grasses that the grass person, who is this grass person? I'm a young tupa grass. These people are getting paid big bucks. They're bringing people from all over the show, not using what 90 people. The kids are educated, the kids are hungry, they're starving, but they're not being used to their full potential. Why are they being marginalized like that? The biggest problem here is the drugs. We had a meeting last week, Mayor. We expected you and your panel to be here, but unfortunately you were not here. But I must say thank you for coming and attending this meeting and listening to our grievances. But I hope, with all due respect, action is going to be taken, not just to listen. I want action to be taken within a period of time. Date, time, and that is it. These paras, there's a house here, we all know who's selling drugs. Now we hat full of drugs, okay? People got killed last week. A boy got killed for a 5 rand because of drugs. Another guy was walking from his house to his neighbor, he got stabbed. Thanks be to God, he got saved in hospital. He was laying there for quite a few weeks, I think it was 3 weeks. In our community, our children are not safe. It's the grass, it's the drugs. There's a house we need emergent, urgent removal of those cooks, Mayor, or else we're going to burn it and we're going to do another havoc in town because this is out of hand. Tutula is the only ones that are helping us because even our local SAPS, when they come, they go there, nothing is found. But funny, when Tutula goes, there's laptops coming out, there's speed points coming out, there's printers, there's shoes, there's everything coming out. So the town has taken initiative and put their trust in Tutula. So we want to work hand in hand, and we are working hand in hand with Tutula. We need the town municipality to remove those people, to evict them. We want those cooks' illegal shacks broken down. Because when we want to build in our yards, we get told we need a plan. But people can put up shacks and rent them out to drug people. That is not fair. We big rates of tax here in town. Matatiele is we pay the most rates in tax in Matatiele. It's must us, what 19 we are paying. That is the problem. We need those drug people removed. They are a problem. Ms. Councillor Good spoke about those containers. Somebody spoke about a container, I think it was also in April, where the container was having gas, and it was said evidently they were going to remove the containers from the people's yard. We don't need those containers there anymore. All these tax shops that's got no certificates and all that, we don't need them. Those structures needs to be removed. Thank you.
Thank you, Good evening, honorable members. I'm Lucille Boyson.
Stand on the chair. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. There we go. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Lucille Boyson. I reside at 15 O'Reilly Street and I'm a member of Ward 19. I want to ask the honorable members of the municipality, are you proud of your town, Matatiele? Can you answer that and say yes? Are you proud? When you go around the town, are you proud of what you see? I doubt that very much. Okay? So, my questions, we have managers, we have general managers within the municipality. They have their portfolios, they know what they need to do. Okay? So, as a manager, you are responsible for your portfolio. You are responsible for waste or whichever portfolio you're looking after. As a manager, you delegate to your staff. But when you delegate, you need to check up. Is that happening? Doubt it very much so. Because if it is happening, our town will not look like this. Grass will be cut, we won't have potholes, we won't have water issues. There won't be illegal buildings up in this town. Because all those things, if the managers do what they're supposed to be doing, we will not have that. We have children growing up, and if we are not going to stand up and speak about this and demand action from the municipality, our children are going to suffer. So we are demanding the municipality to take action, get those illegal buildings down. If you have a building up, you need to have a building plan, am I right? It needs to be approved by the managers, by the municipality. The managers need to go out and they need to check. Is that happening? It's not happening. And these illegal buildings are visible as you drive down. They are visible. It's not like they're at the back of someone's yard where you cannot see. So we're pleading with the municipality that the managers get out of their offices, go around, check, delegate, but oversee that it gets done. Dates need to be put in place and that needs to be done. Thank you. So I hope next time when we have a meeting and I ask whether you're proud of your town, that it will be a big yes. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Darren. I own a property of 32 Living Vine Circle, Matatiele. My first question is, why are we combining with Ward 20 tonight? The purpose of this meeting we called was to get a feedback from the municipality about what they are doing about the illegal structures in town, what they are doing about the drugs. But we get no response. Secondly, why do people from Cedarville have to come and cut the grass in Matatiele? The ones that are employed by the municipality to cut the grass took 3 days to cut strips on the pavement from the testing grounds to where Manny lives. They didn't even cut the grass. They lie under the trees from 1 o'clock to 2:30. Where are the municipal, where are the managers? Ordering takeaways in their offices.
Yes.
Yes. are they? They drive around in these flashy cars here. You see them, Coxton, where? We are paying for those cars. We are paying around the dark streets at night to see where we need street lights, to see the state of the town, instead of driving around to wherever they are. Our streets are not even 4x4 friendly anymore. I mean, you can't even drive a Land Rover down North Street. No, really, you can't. I think we should do what the people in Coxton have done when they should plant mealies and sit there with our fishing rods and get me. No, people, no, please. Just get up and start doing something. Please. And all these illegal structures in town, we need them removed, please. Please.
Mayor, a short question. Matatiele municipality is charging the landowners rates and taxes. If a person has got enough building material or stuff like this, or let's start afresh. Sorry. Our water, for example, Matatiele, and electricity can only give XYZ people electricity and water. Matatiele has been blamed here because you've inherited so much in the past. But let's go back in the last 5 years. How many new structures have gone up in Matatiele? Who approved it? Did we? No. Municipality approved it. What are you getting in return from it? Rates and taxes. What are you doing with that rates and taxes? Are you improving the infrastructure for town? No. But you're eating the money from the building plans, rates and taxes, water and lights, and electricity, because you're getting commission from Eskom for electricity. But you are taking, you're dying, but you're not giving to the people. So in the past, like blame us for 25 years ago, what happened in the last 5 years, what infrastructure have you guys improved on your infrastructure giving service delivery to Matatiele? It's the same as the SAP saying crime has got out of control because the figures are low. Why are the figures low? They're not opening cases. So when they don't open a case, crime is low. But now they're crying foul. Oh, we're out of control. We haven't got enough manpower. We haven't got enough vehicles. Exactly the same with you. A few years ago, for example, you had 100 houses. Now you've got 150. But you're giving the same amount of electricity, same service delivery to the 150 that you were giving to the 100. So what are you doing? You're weakening your service delivery. Now why must we pay that? How many landlords in Matatiele have taken their own initiative and paying to have things done that actually belongs to the municipality? A classic example, and it's a pain in my butt, penis enlargements, abortions on stickers on these electrical power rooms every corner. They're actually defacing the landlord's building. What are you doing about it? I've raised that question. You know what they said to me? But how can we catch them? Hey guys, Specsavers is here. Open your eyes. There's telephone numbers on the poster giving the telephone number of the people that are putting the posters on. So, how simple is to catch that criminal? Hook, line and sinker. All these schools advertising schools. They are defacing. It's MI2P. Direct name, malicious injury to property to the landlords. Take the Browns building, for example, next to the old Black Cat, below the old Elegant Man. Look at that graffiti and posters on there. Look at your electrical power plants. Go down Station Road. Go down Market Street. But people drive. I raised the concern about the entrance to town. Many years ago, we bragged Matatiele, the cleanest town. We've won so many awards. It's the moment say, Haku. I was born and bred in Matatiele. It's the dirtiest I've ever seen Matatiele in my entire life. When you raise issues, no, we'll take it up. But nothing happens. But you see illegal roads being built to some people's houses. And when you raise that concern, you know what they say to me? Oh no, it's a temporary road. But we've been flooded top town, water goes downtown. Fix the problem. But they are not doing it. So what this lady said behind me, what are your managers doing? When December comes, performance bonuses get paid. How can they get those bonuses? Let's go back to our contractors in town. Our great 25 million rand sports venue out of town. Surely if anybody in Matatiele has got a contract, electrical, building, I don't care what it is, that guy must pay a retainer, which is a deposit. And you're supposed to have monthly meetings with those people. What did the audit general pick up in your audit? That your managers aren't having your monthly meetings, so when the guy gives his job is finished, they get paid the deposit, but the job's not finished. So 25 million, I'd like to see where and how it was spent. On what do they spend it? Now I believe they want to go to the so-called second phase, and how many millions more that we're going to cough up. Wow. Why must the ratepayer carry the unprofessional way of how our council is doing the work? And when there's a problem in town, when this flooding happens, we request your people to come and see the problem while it's happening. You arrive 2 hours later, too late. The water level has dropped, but then we as public ratepayers get accused, no, we're giving false information, etc., and we've got to get our facts right. Why must I lie? I'm born and bred in Matat, I'm a ratepayer. Why must I run away? I'm here for my town. And when you come into town and you see Adventure Province, stick to that, please, sir. But you guys are not doing it. You're sticking to other hidden things that we as ratepayers are suffering. And it's so unfair on us. It's actually, you know what, Mr. Mayor? It's an embarrassment for my town.
Honorable Mayor and your contingent in the name of Jesus Christ, my Lord, amen. In the name of Jesus. Now, I am here today again as one of the business people around Matatiele, Ward 19. I'm residing at Ward 20. I am Mrs. Nuko. I'm very disappointed, Honorable Mayor. When you announced, I was very disappointed when you announced that today, 6 o'clock, there will be meeting for Ward 19 and Ward 20. Ward 19. I don't know, maybe indlela operator guy, his strategies as fun. What I wanted to cite, it can't be, it cannot work out. The situation which is at Ward 19 and Ward 20 are different. Yes, they can be common problems in terms of robbery, crime and the likes. But when it comes to infrastructure, I'm not here to talk on behalf of Ward 20. What I can just request now is that, can you again convene the meeting at Ward 20, especially Herikwala Park? I'm having the reason for that. In May this year, we formed a committee by the name of Herikwala Mountain View Oversight Committee, which was going to do the oversight, the service delivery between Mountain View and Herikwala. But we have extended ourselves to Itsugulele because it's part of Ward 20. We went to the municipality to ask to meet with you, Honorable Mayor, but there were excuses. Only the councillor for that ward was present and she saw what we are looking for. I'm requested by the community members who are not here today, maybe majority of them are here, to say, can you please, before end of this year, schedule the meeting for Ward 20, Herikwala Park and Mountain View. Itsugulele can join us, but prioritize these two villages. It's disappointing, Honorable Mayor, every time we are talking of the cleanliness of town, the house breaking, crime and the likes. These people called Mapara, they have got there, even next to the police station there, at the bottom of Focus, they're having their cuckoos there. And when you talk to the police, they say, "Hi, we're taking care of them." How can you take care of a person on a kaya lake? These young person are coming from the rural of Matatiele. They are coming, others from State Street, others from Mount Fred. We are having their database. Recently, I had the house break by the office there. They took all the laptops, but those were not the paras that we used to help to change their mind, but they were from another province, which is KZN. It's painful. One time the truck came next to us, it dropped them off. They said, "Come and work in Matatiele, because we are fed up with you in Coxted." Can it be that there is a change in as far as crime in Matatiele? During the day, I did cite that, can there be, or can I ask, how much have you allocated for this festive season in terms of crime prevention in Matatiele nje alone? You cited that you went to the chief, traditional leaders, as ESCO, you had the visit with them. Did you cite that their community members are buying stolen goods from these maparas, that is taxi, 10 phone, 10 rand? How can you buy? Have you sensitized the traditional leaders about their people not to buy anything from any person who doesn't have a slip, who doesn't have something that is showing that it's legit? Again, I wanted to check. Can it be that you do justice, Maspala? Can we have the patrols? There are young people who are not working. Can we have patrols with those reflectors? Who will be checking in this rank during this festive season? There are people who are buying their groceries as Stockfell. They're being hijacked in town, not anywhere. Matatiele is a tourism attraction place, but it's no more there. I want to say, during your era as young people of Matatiele, in that leadership and the management, can we build Matatiele? And sometimes we sometimes say, no, the managers are from their own towns. Their towns are in good standard. Only Matatiele is not in good standard. Let us refrain by being helped by those managers to do their jobs. Matatiele mdaka. It's very dirty. During your era, can there be change? Can there be change? There are hotspot areas. Sondela is one of the hotspot areas. Ispa is one of the hotspot areas. Passage, at the back of Rhino, that passage is dangerous. We are, every now and then we are reporting at the police station. There are people who are being robbed there, but there is no visibility of police or the people who will be doing the patrol on those places and be paid by this local municipality. It can be EPW, we can name the program EPW people, but they must patrol and take care of vehicles that are being broken. One last thing, if I buy something which has been stolen, that is crime. There are foreign nationals. There is a cell, is that cell what? A cell, that thing at the chicken licking, at the rank. There is a cell, shop there. There is another shop at the multi-safe corner. It's for cell phone and what. Those people are having software to clean. My laptop was recovered, being cleaned there. When Dudula took those maparas who broke there, they came with my laptop being cleaned by the... What do we do as community as a Matatiele? Are those people allowed to be in our society? Because it's not fair. The phones are being taken and they're being cleaned there. How can... They will tell you, no, we're doing our job. How can you buy or take something from someone every day who clean, I've forgotten my PIN, this and that. Why forgetting your PIN when the phone or laptop has been opened? Then you say flash every information. Now we need to deal with those things. But lastly, can it be that the municipality goes to Herikwala? Thank you.
I'm well aware that the question that I'm going to pose to you does not fall maybe within your expertise. But you also need to raise now and again the Ndlela Eya Emaloti. That road is problematic because it starts here at what? 20 or 19 goes. And it's a very strategic point of entry. Matatiele, Mayor, that please try to put some pressure on whoever is responsible of that road, because 8 or 90 people abahlala eMatatiele basebenza on using that very same road. And it's going to be serious, already it's a hazard, because ingozi is about December. It is not a good reflection yet to be paid to kubantu bazobuya from Joburg, Durban, all that. Hence, I've already said it is maybe not under your expertise because it was transport. But as a mayor, I think you can do something, because now there was a briefing after the first contractor was terminated. Now we're told that that road could be awarded around November, but now there's a confusion. Maybe you can assist us, because now we are told that it has been handed over to Sanlam, which might take another month, or we request that you do an intervention. Either you call Sanlam and call Department of Transport. But that road, Honorable Mayor, it needs to be done as a matter of agent, I think.
Ndibulisa bahlali baseWard 19 and 20. Ndima apha ukubonga kakhulu ukubona leadership entsha enezithembiso ezitsha. I'm saying this because I was sent and elected by group area enhlala kuyo. I'm Mrs. Mwane from number 114 North Street, the resident yalapha eWard 19. I told our councillor, Councillor Booth, I'm no longer attending our IDP meetings because I don't like to come this hotel as if I'm advertising myself for anything. Because since Dashalakona, there is a hole open the reporter each and every IDP meeting. What they do, they take my cell number. I don't know whether my cell number fixes that hole. And Councillor said I must try her. Just because I'm a faithful person, I told myself that I'll try her now. What happened? The person whom she sent there said I must remind her. Am I a worker? Municipality worker or what? Because TLB or Nakele, please undphonele. Why fanele ndimphonele? Because mna the resident ndilindele ukuncediswa, and 15 years the reporting 21 is the hole at my corner, ne big gum tree emephambi kwendlu kaMrs. Mdityana eyi hotspot yayo yonke into, because from that big gum tree kune structure ongasazi nawe. I think nawe xa uhamba phaa uyazi nokuthi this is a house okanye this is a wall enabantu kodwa ngaphakathi. A lot is happening there. They come and stand at my corner, and everybody ozicingela ukuthi high class uzayihamba nephara umekoneni kwam iphara liyongena kula building libuye limnike iparcel. I'm not interested to know what that parcel is, but a lot is happening there. And I'm not here to nail somebody. What I'm here to say, Uguti, do something. This last Friday, baqala car wash because bawuhamba kwezi strata zaseMatatiele every place is a car wash. Liphara nepheyili nemoto yomuntu. It was worse that I was from a prayer meeting late in the evening or 6. It's a GP car. They were going with young kids too. They were wheeling to my yard, and the para was busy washing the car at the back of my house. Is that an improvement? Ndizama ukuthi kuni izithembiso zenu zijongeni sinithembile siyanithanda and nanithe phatha Ntomtsha sijonge lonto ukuthi niphathe abantu abatsha kodwa we are here ukuthi sinicebise and sinixelele whatever is getting out of hand nibe aware. Thank you.
Thank you, Program Director in Makianyingwa, 119. I'm a bit emotionally perturbed when I hear the Program Director alerting us of the presence of Alfred Nzo. Because Alfred Nzo still owes us a couple of meetings. Because one of the items they had raised in their meeting, that was supposed to be their meeting, was the issue of debt collecting incentives and the rates that were to be applied. So I feel they are now violating our space because they should first actually call their own meeting and not get crash into this one. That really is the problem. Let's start with the motive of this meeting. I suppose this is not the purpose of this engagement. It is not to say it's you and us, but the primary motive is to say it's us building Matat. But now in us building, sorry, not building, rebuilding Sweet Matat, there needs to be more engagement of such needs. One of the challenges that is lacking, remember you said we should actually be engaging you with constructive criticism. Now, in engaging in that, one, your response time in all these service issues are null. Response time is not there. I don't want to say it is minimal. You have highlighted issues like electrical faults. These are issues that you have raised a couple of years ago. Electrical faults, your water shortages, block drains, blah, 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 tree pruning, grass cutting, etc. What you need to do, we would say, this is a repetition of what we have actually engaged you to do. The physical verification of the work that needs to be done. I mentioned the issues here. Your grass cutting and all. You do a physical verification of what still needs to be done. A typical example, okay, the new municipality buildings, the entrance icon. Please fix that, because once it rains, sand or whatever gravel comes into the road, it is also a hazard to yourselves when you are actually getting in. During rush hour, and yourselves. So please have a plan against that. A resurfaced street, long and thin street, icon of the person who was doing that. There were stop signs that are there, but now, it's just a place for an accident to happen. The mayor talked about 3 issues that you actually talked about in your plenary sessions. I need to stick to tourism. World Cup, Netball World Cup is in Cape Town next year. And tournaments will still be there. In a meeting that was held, and that was held in Bizana a couple of weeks back, in the office of the Minister of Sport, his office said, Matatiele benefited ngokwestadia eziyi-2, one in Cedarville, one in Matatiele. And Alfred Nzo as a whole has benefited because there's a stadium in Mountfrey and also Ntabankulu. So it means the 4 districts have benefited. Now the question that actually comes to mind is, what is it that is happening at the Cedarville Matatiele? Will it actually bring in tourism? Have the structures been engaged to actually see that what has been built, we do not know what it is, because we don't know what the spec of the 2 areas is. So now engagement. I hear that started talking about funds that will be actually popped up to actually get to phase 2. The problem is, that has been built now. Is it up to scratch? Have the relevant stakeholders been engaged? If not, do so. In one of the engagements we had, we know load shedding is still yet to come. It is also a resident of 119 and 120. A proposal was said, let's also be proactive and say, let's have solar street lights. Not just street lights, solar street lights. Even when you go out of town, when you go out of this meeting, visit all the streets, you'll find that icon. It's no more lighting. It's dark. According to Section 25 of the Environmental Conservation Act, which speaks to noise control regulations, it's festive, it says here on its head. There is noise disturbance and noise nuisance. We are being perturbed, we are being disrupted by noise nuisance. It is Duja. How do you call this? Zemoto? What do you call it? Spinning. Yes, that's a term. Donuts. Okay. Spinning. Noise at extraordinary hours of the day. It's what is actually dominant here. It is a problem. Remember I said before, we are not fighting with you, but let's try and fix the wrong things. One item I'm going to highlight with bylaws. I don't know whether it's legal or illegal praying. We have seen in the main streets, as you get into town, as you move into Central Municipality, as you move into Maluti, the, should I say, spara shops, fruit businesses that are actually booming, and many other places. We don't know whether under bylaws that is also legit. So we need also to look into that. The last one is to say, so that we are happy, because you can see that we provide us with satisfactory responses within stipulated time frames. So in your responses, it will be done by such and such a time. Thank you.
Getting back to the ending of Undade, we questioned that at our meetings. What should have actually happened was, before the building was constructed there, whoever was constructing the building should have consulted with Sanrail to make a special entrance or widen the road for a special entrance. We've questioned that as well because we can see danger there. Unfortunately, the building is up and Sanrail now won't do anything about it. We've questioned that how many times? I will question it again on the 7th and come back to you regarding that. The town. We in Station Road there. It's very, very dirty there. I'll use an example. About 5 years ago, the municipal refuse truck took one of our bins. We had 2 bins there that we were given by the municipality. We're still paying 2 refuse charges today. I think Mr. Matatiele is aware of that, as I have taken it up with him before. He's looking into the matter. He's now taken it over from the previous person that I queried with. I phoned the manager about 5 years ago and I reported the situation. The manager said to me they'd come back to me. Up to this date, I've never heard from her again. The town is extremely dirty. I'm not pointing fingers at you, constructive criticism. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but really and truly, the litter in this town is just too terrible. It's like nobody's actually doing anything about the litter. Please, sir, please, if we can ask very nicely from you, if the town can be cleaner. Thank you very much.
Sodolobi ithi ke lento more engagements of this nature are needed kusheshe futhi kube zizigidi. I-responses zethu sikhawulezise sihlanganise. Bathi abahlali bafuna ukubuilda a better town. Imatatiele yethu ibe imatatiele aba-proud ngayo nathi esi-proud ngayo. Bathi ke sodolophu uba ndiyibambe kahle singatsho nje sithi siyazi-acknowledge ii-challenges sizawubuya nje very soon ibiphuma apha kubahlali. Ndicela ukunikeza kusodolophu neteam yakhe ba-respond.
Thank you very much, Chairperson of this meeting. It's a first of its kind that this evening we are here, we are gathered, all of us here, of course, outlining as per the purpose of the meeting. For me, it's a privilege because some of the issues, I will not hear them if I'm sitting at the office. But when I come to you, but the procedure that I'm going to outline is this one. The municipality manager, Mr. Matatiele, will come in and the management. And also we're going to give a district municipality to come as well and also sponsor views or what you have for, in particular, what 19 and what 20. And I also give the executive committee members to come if there are anything that we want to sponsor in this meeting, because this is a building of some sort in a meeting. And now I accept and I appreciate the criticism that constructs us so that we can be better people of Matat. When we are raising issues, I don't take them as that you are, being hard on us. No, it's not. It's not like that. And I appreciate that. So Then I will give you you come in, and then I will wrap up after. Thank you very much.
Can I just make one comment before you talk? With your permission, just one comment. Just one comment.
Yes, Mr. Cook.
Please, ladies, I think it's important. I would just ask for a special permission to do this. We come here, meeting after meeting, and the next time we come here, there's no evidence. So, Dada, why I'm standing up, I trust that before the next meeting, we will have minutes of this meeting, together with resolutions. Resolution 1, this. Resolution 2, we don't want a composition, we want a summary of what it is all about. So that when we come back, Babu Matiwan, we hold you accountable. You said on this day. So years ago, you know, we often do that, and then petticoat government, yeah, but please, where are you? But what we are saying, because I did not see any minutes of the previous meeting, and I would request that the mayor and MM, even the ward councillor, the next time. Also, what I want to say is somebody does not know straight. I don't know about you guys, but I feel a bit uncomfortable. But thank you very much. Into the minutes.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Program Director. I think, as His Worship has indicated, we do acknowledge some of the shortfalls in terms of the service delivery related issues. Maybe what is key for me, Your Worship, is that as the municipality, we've got what is called the principal plan of the municipality, which is the IDP, where all the things start from. So that IDP talks to some of the issues, but the reality of the matter, that principal plan is augmented by the budget. The reality of the matter, we have challenges with budget shortfalls as the institution. If we were to do everything as stipulated in our plan, we would cover everything. We have 27 wards, inclusive of Ward 19 and 20. We try at all our best to ensure that we cover almost all the wards. I think in the previous IDP session, we presented what we have planned in terms of the budget for this area. We know it is not enough. The reality of the matter is that the little that we have, we try to ensure that at least we put it in terms of the available resources. Yes, the challenges around the issues of the street lights, we are trying our best, but there is still a lot to be done. There are many street lights that are not functioning. There are those that we are trying to ensure that at least we fix. As we speak, we have almost 250 street lights that we are going to be installing in town in order to ensure that we improve the issue of the street lights. Yes, the issue of maintenance, we agree we have challenges, but we are trying our best to ensure that we try and sort some of those challenges. Many of the residents who have been given my number directly, either by the ward councillor, by who any other person, will concede here that I normally respond and ensure that at least they get assisted where we are able to do that. The issue of drainage system, even in our previous meeting, we indicated here that we have done our business plan around the issue of the drainage system of this town, which amounts to 46 million, which is the money that we do not have at the institution. What we have put out in this current financial year budget is 700,000 just to do the designs. That's the money that we were able to do. But what we have done just above Pick and Pay with the plant that we have, we're trying to work on something that we can do now. But the reality of the matter, the drainage system of this town needs to be revamped. And we can only do a revamp if we have enough funds to do so. We do not have such funds. We have applied for funding to National Treasury to come and assist us around these matters, because the reality of the matter, we have huge challenges around the issue of the drainage system in town. The town has grown, but the drainage system, the small pipes that are there are now overflowing because of the huge amount of water that is coming on top there. So that is the serious challenge that we need each and every one of us to understand, and in order to ensure that we are able to move and go forward. The issue of the grass cutting, we used to hire service providers. Since the last financial year in the strategic planning session, we took a decision to use EPWP. We've started that process. We are using EPWP to cut grass, and we have done away with service providers. But the reality of the matter that we are witnessing now is that even that strategy is not yielding better results. Hence, you are now telling us that we have even roped in the EPWP from Cedarville to come and assist. One of the biggest challenges that we are facing is the rain. Let's be honest about that. We cut this side. When we move to this street, the grass is growing behind us.
Ndicela la meeting ingene phaya ikime kancinci isandla siyasesha. Carry on, MM.
Okay, so we do accept that indeed we have a huge challenge around these matters. We have put budget to pave some of the streets in order to ensure that we cover some of the areas with potholes. We are only getting plus minus 50 million from MIG, which is not only meant for Ward 19, but it is meant for the whole municipality, the 27 wards. But we try our best that the huge chunk of that budget comes to resurface the streets in town. As we speak, we are going to do Herikwala and again to continue with these strategies as a European Matatiele. We have done some of the streets, and the community sitting here can confirm that. And we are proceeding to ensure that at least we take at least streets by streets with the limited resources that we have as the institution. I think His Worship will talk to the issue of the road between Matatiele and Emalot, because that one, we've been dealing with it with the Department of Transport. They have dealt with their service provider. They terminated it. There's an issue that comes in with Sandral, but Sandral is clear to say at least transport must first finish what they have started to do. So we are in that process to ensure that we push transport to finalize that road. I have some of the managers here to talk on the issues of the illegal structures that are here. Day in, day out, we issue notices to some of those people. We have to follow a due process before we can evict or demolish some of those structures, and that is the process that we are engaging on. We do admit that we might be slow in that process, but the people can tell you that they receive day in, day out the notices of them being in violation of our bylaws in terms of putting illegal structures. The issue of crime, obviously, we need to work hand in hand with SAPS. Obviously, but the reality of the matter, that is the function of the SAPS. Ours is only to ensure that we come and engage with SAPS in order to put up more effort. As the municipality, we can only do so much, but that duty lies with SAPS in order to ensure that we get assisted around these matters. I will request if there is anything from the management just to add so that then we can allow the leadership to get into some of those issues. If you may agree, Program Director. Thank you.
Is there anything and if we edit JJ? Is that Ndinisa Samlande JJ
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. Greetings to the Honorable Mayor, Honorable Councillors, the Municipal Manager, Chief, and the Ward 19 and 20 residents. I'll just respond on the issue of bylaws. I think in terms of enforcing the bylaws, we continue to enforce our bylaws. And there is evidence that we are doing our best in terms of enforcing the bylaws. It's just that when you are dealing with a bylaw is a local law, which is not like when you are dealing with a normal crime, like when you have stabbed someone. So the process of following the bylaw is not easy, but we have adopted a certain stance now, but I want to divulge here. We have started, you will see the fruits of what I'm talking about. So in terms of the time frame, you will see we have started, I won't say what we are doing because it's not something that we need to divide in the meeting. And then on the issue of speeding of cars, I think someone can attest, we have arrested someone who was speeding cars in town, and we dealt with that person. He paid the fine, and we are still appealing to you, if you know, you can just come to us, come to Traffic Department and inform us who's doing that, but we dealt with one of them who was spinning the cars in town. So there's a lot that we are doing in terms of trying to curb request SAPS to assist us. But this year, when we are talking about SAPS, we need to trust our police. Please, because they are the ones that are dealing with the issue of crime 24 hours. So we need to trust our police. They are doing their best. We just had a meeting last week, and they pledged that they are ready to fight crime during the process. So if you don't trust that, that is an opinion that was given by SAPS to us. Issues of Ikawash, someone said in each and every corner there's someone with a bucket. We are also dealing with that issue. We are dealing with the issue of the illegal kawashing. There was one that was situated near traffic department. We have dealt with that. We have removed those people there. That is why you will see now they have scattered throughout the town. Even in town, it's just because we are dealing with a moving target. It's very difficult. And even if you try to arrest that person, some of them they don't even have IDs in their possession. So even at police station, you take him to police station, you will pay a fine of 50 rand for doing that activity, and then he will be released. So it's not easy, because it is not a normal crime. The crime that you normally say like the issue, it was an assault. So I want to tackle these issues, and then the building. Someone talked about the gum trade. I think before the end of the meeting, I'll have to talk just visit that area, because I'm not even aware where the area you're talking about, so that we can see what we can do. Long thing was cell phones and laptops. That is a strategy.